Hi, everyone. All right, we're on. Oop, that's a little spicy. Okay, hi, welcome to Woven today. My name is Logan. I am one of the staff members here. So we have a very unique setup because Edie Moon is with us today, and we're going to do some body movement with some theater stuff. So thank you all for coming for probably our most experimental service of all time, and that's saying a lot for a Woven service because we try new things all the time. So just by way of announcements, so next week at Beaumont, there's going to be a potluck at noon, which everyone is welcome to. Then they're going to sit up for Christmas, and then we're just going to play some games, do some crafts, do some fun things, since a lot of you will be sadly gone for holidays. So we will miss you. We look forward to you coming back. And then coming up in December, if you weren't here last week, we kind of talked about kind of a hard thing. So we're going to talk a little bit about grief and how to celebrate despite grieving all throughout December. So thank you all for being here. Edie, take it away.
Hey everybody, it's so good to see all of you here, and I'm just hoping that through the process of today that we'll all get a little closer. I know we're all kind of spread out in this church, but my dream is that we'd all kind of be up here together. I'll just say, for those of you who are new maybe to Woven, that it's been my privilege to start coming to the Woven services over this past 16 months that I've lived in the States. But most of my life I lived over in Seoul, Korea, which some of you know. And I was a teacher and a director in an American IB international school. And for the last 20 years, my focus has been directing and teaching kids about theater. And one of my real passions is to believe that, yes, theater is for entertainment, and we all love to go to theater to be entertained and to see musicals and see all the bells and whistles, but I also really believe that theater can be about healing, it can be about understanding, it can be about asking questions, and sometimes getting answers. Sometimes that just leads to more questions. So one of the things that I have the privilege of being trained in over the years was what we call theater of the oppressed. And theater of the oppressed was a form of, it's kind of an umbrella that covers a lot of theater techniques and activities and games and forms created by a man named Augusto Boal. And some people say Augusto Boal, so I'll say it both ways out of respect. And he was a Brazilian dramatist, but also what we call a practitioner. And what he really wanted to do is he wanted theater to be more of an active process rather than a passive process, where people are not just coming to just receive and absorb, but they're also taking part in what's actually happening through their, not just through their presence, sometimes through their involvement, and sometimes through their reactions, sometimes through their ideas, and all of these things. He really believed in that. And so the other part of that I just wanted to be sure I shared with you before you hopefully will come up and join me is that he really wanted to turn theater from a monologue to a dialogue. So today, I just want you to know the focus, however, is not going to be on talking like me as a monologue or you and me in dialogue. It's really going to be about what you have, your dialogue with yourself, and how you feel about what we're going to do together, and how you feel as you do it. And so I don't want anyone to feel that they're going to be on the spot, that they're somehow performing, that they're somehow right or wrong in your response. I just want you to know it'll always be right. All right? Unless, obviously if you feel uncomfortable, then you have every single right in the world to just sit something out or just observe as well. Now, if I'm the only one up here doing these exercises, this is going to be really interesting, I can tell you, because it is supposed to be collaborative. However, I will work around whatever I need to work around. But I think the he was trying to give a voice to people who felt oppressed. And in Brazil at that time, there was Great Depression. And he was trying to give people ways to address that, ways to deal with that, ways to express that, and possibly ways to fight against that. And so if you study it, that's all, it's a massive world of theater that he created. But we're just going to do one type of his theater today that's called image theater. And it's where we create images using ourselves in order to give ourselves things to think about in terms of possibly oppression, in terms of different issues that we're going through, the different situations that we're in. It might be about privilege, what that means. What does it mean to be privileged? What does it mean to be oppressed? Or what does it mean to be an oppressor? What are all of those kinds of things? And the reason I just wanted to say this last thing about it, the reason I think it's wonderful to do this in the context of a church is I truly believe that Jesus was for the oppressed, and almost every word out of the mouth of Jesus was about that, and treating people with respect and love and forgiveness and grace, and I could go on and on and on. And so, and that's who Jesus hung out with and spent time with. And so I think it's a wonderful opportunity for us to think about it in that context as well, and to build on it in a spiritual context. So, okay. Does anybody have any questions right off the bat? Or anything they wanted to ask me? Anything at all? Okay. And I want you to know, if you do have any questions, I'm really easy to contact, ediemoon@gmail.com, and it's super easy email. And I'm so happy to discuss anything or share any other ideas or any of the other worlds of theater that I'm a part of with you guys. All right, so the first thing I would like to ask, and I realize I've sort of taken up a little space up here, and I'm going to move this so I don't. I just wondered if you would be willing, and if you're able, by the way. If you're not able, would you at least be willing to move to the front rows so that we're sort of in a circle? If you're already in the front rows, and those of you who are able to sit on the floor in a circle, would you be willing to do that? So I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable again. And I'm not going to put you on the spot. So I want everyone just breathe and release any fear that I'm engendering in you, or any bad theater experience you had as a child, where someone made you walk around the room like a rabbit, okay? Please, I want you to know this is going to be okay. So right here is where we're going to work. Right here in this space. And again, please use this front pews if you're not able. I'm not. I'm going to be sitting, and I apologize. I'm going to be sitting in that chair. I'm going to move it over so there's plenty of room. So, yes, please. I think we've got plenty of room for everybody on the front row or in our circle. Look at this. Look at this. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. And
John would say, breathe in the mercies of God. Breathe out the mercies of God.
There you go. There you go. That's a great way to start. That's a great way to start. I want to make sure that in our circle that everyone is sort of equal. So if anyone's a little bit behind, could we make sure that I always tell students, I always ask them, why do we use circles? I think everybody in here knows why we use circles, because if we can all feel that we're equal and we're all valued equally, that's so important. All right, so I wanted to start with just some thoughts. And here's what you can do during this time. This is very non-threatening right here. I'm going to read a thought, and if you want to write something down about the thought, I actually brought from Korea 9 journals, all different colors. I didn't know I noticed some of you bring your notes with you when you come. But if you don't have a little journal, I'm so happy for you to do that, or to take that, because I will be asking you some questions at the end to process in writing. So we'll make sure that you either have one of those little journals I brought, or you have your own. But maybe for now, just because we're all settled, we'll just think about what the statement means to you. And then I'm going to hit a gong. My gong's also from Korea. And just give it, that'll just be a signal that you're just thinking through what those words mean. And maybe they won't mean anything to you, and that's fine. It doesn't have to. But I also tell you who said it for the most part, so that, if you want to pursue that later, you can. And you can also do this with your eyes closed or with your eyes open. Does anyone feel uncomfortable yet? We all good? All right, good. The art does not stop the story or even heal the story, but it can create a marking, bear some witness, honor the truth of the story told. In our griefs, it can be hard to make space for pleasure. People can destroy joy because they wish for it so much. It takes courage to welcome gladness while you are carrying something else. Padre Otuama. I have been in sorrow's kitchen and licked out all the pots. Then I have stood on the peaky mountains, wrapped in rainbows, with a harp and a sword in my hands. Zora Neale Hurston.
What was that last thing you said? What old person?
Zora Neale Hurston.
Oh.
That's the writer. The whole of my life will be a pilgrimage to the sound of the genuine in me. Cole Arthur Riley. Every change can be an opportunity for grace, that divine approval that God doles out regardless. Kate Bowler. Truth makes love possible, and love makes truth bearable.
I have a question. Why would truth be bearable?
Because sometimes truth is hard. It's hard.
Well, if it's the word of God, definitely. Because it does cut the flesh. It's sharper than a two-edged sword. And if it's like looking in a mirror, and if you see something that maybe you might be doing wrong and the word says something else, then I guess that would be a good way of putting it.
So the last one is from Auguste Bois himself, and it says, words are emptinesses that fill the emptiness of the vacuum that exists between one human being and another. Words are lines that we carve in the sand, sounds that we sculpt in the air. We know the meaning of the word we pronounce because we fill it with our desires, ideas, and feelings. But we don't know how that word is going to be heard by each listener. Image theater, which is what we're going to explore, is a series of techniques that allow people to communicate through images and spaces and not just through words alone. All right. I'll give that one more. Augusta Boal deserves it for sure. All right, those are all thoughts that I was collecting, thinking about all of you being in this room today. And I always say whoever's meant to be here will be here. That doesn't mean necessarily that everything will go exactly as we plan, but it does mean there's a possibility, there's a reason that we're all here together today. So what I would like to try, just as a warm-up today, and this is about energy, and again, it's very non-threatening because everyone is going to be moving in this space, if you can move. If you can't move, that's okay, because you can just observe what's happening, and being the observer is super important as well. But if you are able to get up and move, we're going to explore different levels of energy that we can have at any given time. Maybe some of you have already done that in another kind of activity, maybe not, but we'll see how it goes. So I'll just give you an idea, all right? I'll make sure I do everything that I expect anyone else to do. That's important for anybody who's a teacher or director. But in this particular case, I'm going to ask you to just use this space, but I'm going to ask you to try very hard not to bump into someone or to touch someone as you move. And you could even go out here a little bit if you want to give you a little bit more room, or right up in there. And we're going to start at the lowest level of energy that we could possibly have, which I call zombie. So if the zombie level is just when you literally, you're practically crawling on the floor because you're so tired. You have no strength whatsoever, and you just have no emotions. You're just moving at that pace. All right, so everybody on 3, if you don't mind, rising, 1, 2, 3, and finding a spot in this space. And I'm going to ask you just to keep moving until you hear the gong, and then freeze when you hear the gong, and I'll take you to the next level of energy. And by the way, you'll realize usually we're in a performative state when we're at level 5, okay? All right, so this is zombie level. Everybody work your magic and go out as if you have no energy, like your muscles. And by the way, we want little ones to join too, anytime, just so you know. We love, Miss Moon works with children all the time, and they love doing this. So we're so happy to have you. Okay. All right, so this is zombie energy. You don't have to look like a zombie, but you can just have that lack of control over your body. No right or wrong. Everybody wins in drama class. Everybody's right, okay? And feel free to move. Zombie level energy. You haven't slept in 3 or 4 days. And again, don't try, here's the other thing. There's no talking, and don't touch each other. Don't touch each other. Try to kind of use your peripheral vision to be aware of who's around you, what's around you. Use the eyes and the side of your head. We call that spatial awareness. And it's super important, isn't it? Just to have that awareness, you can use any of this space, any space in this place. All right? And you're moving like you're so tired, you can hardly breathe. You have nothing to hold you up, but you're still moving somehow through some miracle. So a college student during exams, use that as your example. Excellent. Somebody who can't sleep because whatever reason, they've been playing video games all night, I don't know, and good job, and just hold that zombie right there. Now we're going to go to level 2, And this one I call chillaxing with coffee. All right, so now you're going to move as though you are going to, on a Saturday afternoon, to just go somewhere and get coffee. So take it to that level of energy and move. Chillaxing, going to get tea or coffee, whatever, going to meet friends. You're not in a hurry. You don't have an agenda. Yes, you can yawn. That's perfect. No, oh, okay, well that fits perfectly. You can just move as though the energy that you have is that you're going somewhere you want to go, but you're not in a rush, you're not late. You just move like you would on a Saturday to go somewhere special. Very nicely done. Everybody's doing such a beautiful job. Can I just say that? Everybody doing such a great job. Such a great job. And let's hold that. Now we're going to go to energy level 3. So remember, each of these energy levels, you're amping up a little bit, okay? Energy level 3 is that you're going somewhere with intention, but you are not late. So you have an appointment, but you are not late, but you need to get there. Ready? Energy level 3. You're either going to the doctor, you're going to a job interview, you're going to meet someone who might be able to do something important with you. You're going to do, it could be any number of things. Energy level 3. You have intention. You need to go there. You need to get there. Feeling good about yourself right now, by the way. Feeling good about yourself. Right? Whatever you're going to bring to that table is a good thing. And freeze that energy level. Feel that energy level. All right? And then this next one I like to call curiosity. So you're amping up a little more. So how many of you like detective shows or Sherlock Holmes or something like that? You're one of those people. You're interested in everything. What's that clock up? What is that design over there? What is that back there? And your energy level is curiosity. All right, are you ready? And go. This is level 4. This is level 4. You're looking for something. Maybe you lost your contact. You lost a ring. You're looking for someone that you're supposed to be finding at a train station. You can't find them. You're running out of time. There's a little bit more intensity as you move with this energy level. Very good, guys. Very good. Moving, moving. And everything's interesting to you. Everything. Everything's interesting. Even the socket that you put your plug in. You might find that interesting some reason. We don't know why, but it's all of interest. Ramp it up. Ramp it up. This is energy level 4. Well done. Well done. And freeze. Oh, sorry. Pardon. All right, and now energy level 5. Best day of your life. Yeah. You have okay, all the stars have aligned. You are feeling so great about your life. You have so much energy. You used to have pain, but today you do not. All right, and move. This is a pain-free day. And you're able to just do what you want, go where you want. You feel like skipping, dancing, jumping. Best feeling in the world. You either got the job you wanted to get, or somebody you're obsessed with thinks you're amazing also, or life is just hopeful for you today. It's a beautiful feeling. You feel loved. You feel loved. You feel empowered. You feel joyful. This is one of my favorite energy levels. Pain-free. Wouldn't it be great to be pain-free?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either. That's why I like this. I know. Like, what would that be? And now hold that. Hold that. Now, everybody, I want you to just try something with me. This stance that you have here, I want you to take whatever your joyful stance is, okay? And I want you to take it up 3 notches. Do something physically that takes it. So if you're like this, I want you to go there. If you're like this, I want you to go there. So just take it up for me, all right? On the count of 3. Take whatever you're doing now, whatever it is. It could even be this, but even this can be taken up. A few, right? You can go somewhere with that. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Take it. Take it. Oh, love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. Everybody's doing great. Everybody hold that. Freeze it. That's what we call dynamic stillness. Everybody say dynamic. That's great. Everybody say dynamic stillness.
Dynamic stillness.
All right. And just go to neutral. Shake it out. Everybody shake it out. Shake it out. All right, you did such great. Could you go high five something? Anyone in this room just say, you're amazing. You're amazing. All right, and could we get back in our circle just for 2 seconds? Just for 2 seconds. Yeah, sitting just so I can explain our next. All right, how do you guys feel so far? How do you feel? You feel okay? Nobody was horrified by having to do those movements because we were all doing them together. So you're not on display. You're just doing it for yourself. And some of these we can do from the pews, my friends. Some of them you don't have to be walking out here. You could just be sitting in the pew and do it. Think to yourselves, and you don't have to say it out loud. Out of all those energy levels, by the way, number 6 is dynamic stillness. So you had 6 energy levels. Remember, you had the zombie, and then you had the appointment, and then you had, oh wait, did I forget one? Sorry. Chillaxing with coffee, then you had the appointment, then you had the curiosity, then you had the most amazing, joyful day, and then finally you had dynamic stillness. Of those, which one felt most comfortable to you? And if you want, you can just hold up your hand with the number. On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Nice. Nice, you guys. Did I see everybody? Yeah, love it. Love it. Everybody had a different number, and that's what I love about it. That's the way it should be. All right, we're going to do another activity right now that's an Augusto Boal activity, and it's called Colombian hypnosis. And I need someone who'd be willing to do this with me. Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm just gonna play a little music here in the background while we're doing this, okay? Let me see if I can find the music. Sorry. Okay, you can use any music in the world for this, but we'll just use something like that, okay? We'll pretend we're in a spa or something. This activity I'm going to ask you all to do at some point, but I'm going to just model it for you. But the idea behind this is there's going to be someone who is sort of leading and someone who is following. But you're going to actually follow their hand. So I'll show you what I mean in just a second. But one person is sort of the, have any of you seen hypnotism, by the way? Have you ever actually seen it? I saw it once at a high school. It was really terrifying. But it seemed to be real, though, which was kind of scary. But one of you will be the hypnotist, and the other one's the follower. And I'll tell you afterwards why Augusto Boal does this. But I want you to just be thinking, what are the implications of something like this activity? You know, where one person is controlling, in a sense, the movement of the other. All right, can I be the person who leads you, and will you be the follower? And the only thing is that your face needs to stay with my hand. All right, so wherever my hand goes, your face goes. Now, the goal of this is not to make this so hard. So if I go like this, you come towards me. And if I go like this, you go away. Excellent. All right, if I go like this, you turn with me. The goal is not to make it horribly hard for her, right? That's not my goal, right? My goal is just to lead in whatever way. Now, you might be tempted. I've seen kids go like this, or different people do different things, but then the person is really, really struggling. You can go down and get a little bit low if they're able. You can take them around in a circle. You can take them up high. Good. You can take them down low. You can take them back and forth while they're down there. But you're doing a great job. All right, can you guys give her a big hand? So I was wondering if everybody would now, then afterwards, I will say switch, and the other person will become the follower, and you will be the hypnotist, right? And again, we can use all the space that we have here to do this. The key is not to talk, and also not to hurt them, not to make them go so fast that they're just out of breath and losing it, or if they have an injury, to do something that would work with their injury, all right? And to keep the hand at the face. And think about the feelings that you have as the person leading and as the person being made to follow. What do those feelings feel like? All right, can we do that? All right, would you be comfortable finding someone that's here that you might be a little more comfortable with to do it with you? I don't want anyone to feel like we have to do it with a stranger, but if you're okay doing it with somebody you just met today, then go for it. Do it. Do it with someone you just met. You can do it either way. All right? If you wanted to do it together, perfectly cool. I think you will. I think that's a great idea. All right. So everybody on 3, we rise to our feet if we can. And if we're sitting, we can still do all of it. We can still, but it just means that you're using your upper body and your head. It means you're using your upper body and your head. All right, can I just make sure that everybody has a partner? Can I make sure everyone, do you have one, sir? Okay, wonderful. You don't have to be the same height. That's not at all, okay? All right, when I ring the gong, could one of you decide, could you introduce yourselves, make sure you know each other's names, and say who will be the hypnotist and who will be the follower? Can we start with that? All right, I'll give you a second to decide. You can just look at me with your eyes when you've decided.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know. Okay, you've decided? Everybody okay? You've decided? All right, here we go. When I ring this, then we're going to start. Again, use any of this area that you want. Sorry, that wasn't a good ring. Where's your... I wanted to make sure. And try not to talk. You can giggle, that's okay. Because I totally get it. But try not to talk. And the music, I think the music will help you so that you're not going too crazy here. Try to kind of use the music to guide you. And remember, the focus is to stay completely connected. Keep your eyes on the person if you can. Keep your eyes on the person. Take it as slow as you can, and get your head about, I would say about 7 inches or so from their face. So the hand is quite close actually, but you're not touching them, of course. Very good, very good. Beautifully done. Yeah. Now I want you to try different heights, different levels, and maybe walking a little bit. See if you can try walking a little bit. See what happens when you go. See if you can cover a little bit of ground. Cover a tiny bit of ground. All right? Think about your pace. Think about levels. Think about intensity. And when I hit the gong, would everyone just freeze where you are? And just hold that dynamic stillness. Hold that, hold that, hold that. And then what we'll do when I hit the gong again, all of a sudden the roles will switch. And I want you to think about how different you feel in that other role, whatever that role is, okay? All right. Focus, focus. Well done. Take it as slow as you can so that you don't give the person whiplash. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Wonderful, wonderful. Beautiful. Again, think about your levels. Think about moving a little bit in the space. Moving in the space, going in circles maybe, up and down, in and out. Very good. Excellent. Your body's an amazing, amazing vessel. Can do so many things. So many things. Excellent, excellent. Good job. Switch it up a little bit. Switch your pacing up a little bit. Switch your ideas up a little bit. Nice, nice. Great job. Everybody's doing so well. Okay, when I hit the gong again, then we'll freeze in dynamic stillness. Freeze in dynamic stillness. We definitely have a giggler over here. Giggler. All right. Giggling is important. And go to neutral. That means just relax. Can everybody do me a favor and shake it out? Shake it out. Shake it out. Can everybody go back into the circle for me? And except for you, and can I ask you all a favor? Would you all Are you okay with that? Thank you so much. So I'm going to just ask if you would just take a second to watch this amazing duo here. Everybody was amazing. And I was thinking, I could pick anybody out to do this, but I've asked them if they would. We don't have time for everyone, so if it's okay, if you all would do this exactly as we did, and you can choose who wants to lead. And
Okay, we decided to look at it. So I guess I'll do. I guess I'll do this.
Oh, it's too loud. Sorry.
Okay, ready?
Okay, is that okay, sound-wise? Okay. And you can use all the space. And let's, as an audience, can we be super respectful and supportive of them and send them lots of energy and love and support as they do this? Is that okay? We don't have to do that by clapping or cheering, just, you know what I mean? Okay. yours, just whatever you remember him making you do, try to do that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And freeze in dynamic stillness. And can you guys give them an amazing hand? That is beautiful. Basically, you created a dance with your body without him there, but you were still a team doing that together. So I appreciate so much your bravery and your courage to do that. That was beautiful. Thank you. You guys can relax. I'm going to turn this off. So everyone, I want you to think about for just a minute. I'm mindful of the time. So it helps to have the clock literally right in front of me as we go. I want you to just think about, and this is something you can write about later in your journals as well. And if we don't have time for your journal processing this time, if you'll just promise me if we have another session, which I think we're meant to, if we could bring the journals back and you could just have them to process. If not, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. But I want you to think about what did it feel like to be hypnotized? And by the way, I'm not asking you to say this out loud. And what did it feel like to be the hypnotist? And which one of those did you want to do more than the other? Were you more comfortable being the hypnotist, or were you more comfortable being hypnotized? And just think for a second, why? For whatever decision you make there. What is it like having power over your partner? What is that like? Because you did. You could make them do whatever you wanted them to do. Did you get carried away? When you had the power, did you feel a little bit like getting carried away? Or were you able to control it the whole time? Were there any stories or relationships that emerged with your partners while you were doing it? And the reason I ask that is sometimes the stories that emerge out of these kind of exercises that Augusto Boal did, like this particular one, can be related to issues of equality or inequality, of discrimination, of forms of control, that we either feel or that we want to have. All of those kinds of things can come from activities like this. And if we have more time, like we have a full-on retreat and we can, break down these things and really talk about them and come to terms with them, it's great. But you don't, even if you don't have that today, it gives you a chance to think about yourself and how you feel in these situations. Is everybody still okay? Everybody still okay? Okay. All right. So we're going to do another one that everybody can do, and you'll do this individually. You don't need to do this with a partner, but you'll use all this space. And I would like you guys, when you get into your space, to think of a word that either describes you or describes how you see yourself right now, or a word that is super important to you. A word that's super important to you. So that's a variety pack. It could be, this is how I see myself. And right now, if you feel like you need to be protected, it might be that you do something as simple as this, If you feel super free within yourself, it might be something as simple as this. It could be any number of things that you feel, all right? Now, in order to get us into that space where we're going to do that, I'd like you guys all to stand and find a space in the room. And I'm going to ask you guys to try with your bodies to make your body as, this is a prequel to the word. So just make your body as small as you can. As small as you can in this space. So that means you can go into the smallest configuration of your body. Go. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. You can be anywhere. Make yourself as small as you possibly can. Okay, beautifully done. All right, and now I want you to make yourself as large as you can. Take up as much space as you can. Take up as much space as you possibly can. Beautiful. You've got it. Take up as much as you can. And now we're going to do twisted. I want you to twist your body as much as you can. Whether it's your legs, your arms, your back, it could be whatever you want. Wow, that is beautiful, beautiful. Well done. Great job. Great job. Wow. Great job, everybody. All right, and go to neutral. Okay, very good. You got yourself looking up a little bit? Okay, now we're going to do that word. And when we go into, and again, no one's going to judge your, and this is so important. No one's going to judge. This is yours. This is what you feel. This is a word that matters to you. But after we do it, I'm going to ask you just to hold it a second. And I want to do it so that we can see each other. So when you guys, if you guys could memorize your shape, then I'm going to ask you to all look and see this side. And then I'm going to ask them to look and see this side. Okay? Are we ready? All right. Shake it out. And on 3. 1, 2. Again, a word that describes you, or a word that describes how you feel right in this moment, or a word that's important to you. Okay? And 3. Hold it. If you're not comfortable with what you have, you can shift. Shift if you need to. Memorize what you have. And then release. Go to neutral. Okay? So now I'm going to ask if everybody on this side will look and observe what our friends on this side have created. All right? I'll get out of the way so you can see that. All right, and on 3. 1, 2, you can start into it and end up in it on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful, beautiful. You can see all the way in the back there maybe. If not, beautiful shape there. Okay, can you keep those in your mind? Keep those in your mind. And release. And would you all relax now and watch this side of the room do their shapes? Okay? And we'll start going into it on 1 and end up in it somewhere around 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And release. Wonderful. Now, I wondered if you guys would, if you could see, if you saw somebody that had sort of either not exactly what you had, but it's kind of reminiscent of what you have, go to them and just sit down with them. So we're going to try them all one more time. All one more time. Are we ready? Here we go. And on 3, everybody look around as you do it. 1, 2, 3. And if you see someone that is kind of similar to what you've got somehow, can you go to them? All right? Okay, and on 3, move towards this person. Move towards someone that had kind of and by the way, it could just be, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but it could be similar. Or have kind of a feel that resonates with you. All right? Do we have different groups here? Okay. Actually, that would work right there. That would work really well. All right. Now, as you are in this group, if there's room here, if we have a couple people just sitting here, is that okay? So you're not too crowded? Is everybody all right? All right. All I would like to do, you guys, is, and this is all we have the time for, but I'd like you to just talk together about, if you don't mind, saying what your word was and seeing if there's any connection between what the other people in the group had. Does that make sense? Was that clear enough? So just each person say their name and what their image represented, and see if there's any connection with the other members of the group. Is that all right? Okay, here we go. Your word is okay. Sorry. That's okay. Yeah, that was really good.
No, actually, it's usually the other way around.
Yes.
Okay, since we're not there.
All right. Did everybody have a chance to say their word? Did everybody have a chance? All right. If everybody could just turn their bodies towards me. We're going to end, and it's 4:30 right now, so our benediction is going to be this last image that we create all as a group. And I hope you found, as you were talking to each other, you might have seen some differences, but you might have gravitated towards people that had some commonalities that they were kind of expressing through their bodies as well. And we can talk about that another time, the kind of significance of that. But I'd like us to try to create, and I know this word sounds insane right now with all that's going on in the world maybe, but I would like us to try very hard as a group to create happiness before we leave today. So what that means is one person, whoever feels brave, will do whatever they feel. You know, it could be like this. It could be whatever they feel happiness is. The next person will come and join them, okay? And everybody in this room will join them, hopefully. Everybody in the room. All right? Including me. So, does anybody feel brave enough to be our first person? Thank you so much. You are brave. Happiness.
No, Harper just loves to be the center of attention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm going to go with the brave. I'm going to
Yeah,
go with the
we're going with Brave, Parker. You're great.
Yeah.
But we love her.
All right? And they're going to have to hold that. Don't make them suffer too long, guys. So whoever the next person is, will you just go? And two of us can go at the same time. And if you want to connect to that person, just hold your move. Hold your move. How I love the bravery of this young man right here. So beautiful. Great. What you're doing is great. What you have was great. Do whatever move you want to show happiness. And again, you can connect. You cannot connect. That's totally up to you. Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Thank you just for naturally going with the flow. Love it. Love it. Love it. Wonderful. Yay, wonderful. Love it. And if you can get a picture of, well, if
I got
everyone
you.
doesn't mind.
I got you.
And it can be down here, we can be on the floor, we can wedge in any way we like. Beautiful, guys.
I was gonna ask him, I could use your head as an armrest.
I got you.
Hold it, guys, hold it. Just hold it for 2 seconds. Does anybody feel they're being oppressed? Does anybody feel? I hope not, okay? The goal is to not feel oppressed right now in this happiness. I'm wondering about this right here. Anyway, all right, you can go to neutral. Guys, I want to thank you so much for just your open spirits today and your open hearts.
Yeah.
And when we open our hearts, when we open our spirits, then we can receive, we can grow, we can understand better, we can listen better, we can see each other. We can see each other for the beautiful beings that God made us to be. So thank you so much, everyone, for your participation today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Edie. Thank you. Just a reminder, service is in the hall next week, just a hangout time. See you then.
What grade are you in? What grade are you in? You're in second grade. Well, so my name is Mrs. Moon, and I've been working with children your age too for the last 20 years, and doing these kind of things with them. And I always think that you guys do such a great job. You're awesome today, and I really appreciate it. That you had the courage to be part of it. That was so cool. Yeah.
His parents are both performers, so.
Oh, wonderful! So you know. And tell me your name. Ambrose, what a great name. Wow, I love that name.
My name's Heidi.
Heidi, my name's Edie. So nice to see you today. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad you came. That's great. I hope I see you again sometime, Ambrose.
Yeah, we'll head back next summer.
Yeah.